Hello, Little Historians.
It's great to see you all again. Welcome back to Little Histories, where we take a trip back in time to discover and learn together. Are you alright, Adam?
Oh, Katie, I think I've lost Teddy.
Oh no!
Where could he be? I think I need some help. Can you see him?
Don't worry, Adam. I'm a sheriff today, and that means it's my job to help you and keep the peace and make sure bad things don't happen.
Yes, please help me, Sheriff Katie. I don't know where he could be.
Where was the last place you saw him?
Well, I was drawing a picture of a cowboy with Teddy at the art table, but he's not there anymore. Can you see him?
Well, let's see if we can help Adam find his Teddy. I'll start over here. If you start over there.
Sure thing, Sheriff Katie.
Teddy!
Teddy!
Teddy?
Teddy!
Are you in here, Teddy? No.
Oh, Teddy.
Teddy! Oh, Teddy, where have you gone?
Teddy.
Teddy!
Teddy.
Where could he be? Oh, Teddy. There you are. Adam, I found him.
Oh, thank you, Sheriff Katie.
Should be more careful about where you leave him.
I will be. And look, here's my picture of a cowboy.
Wow, that's great, Adam. Didn't they wear funny hats? I wonder how they lived back then.
Hey, I know what that sound means.
It's time for Peggy's house.
Howdy, Little Historians. Welcome to Peggy's house. Come on in. In the late 19th century, cowboys lived here, in North America. The landscape was dry and bare and had little shade for the people that lived there. And did you know, Little Historians, that cowboys originally came from the country of Spain? Many cowboys owned the land, which they called ranches. These ranches were like big farms where they could tend to their cattle and take care of their animals safely, as well as being a place where they could build a home for their families. It was hard work for cowboys working in the hot weather. They would spend long hours in the sun, trying to look after their animals, making sure they could eat and drink plenty. Oh, boy, am I hungry. For food, they often ate eggs and beans, up to 4 times a day. That's a lot of beans. Cowboys needed to make sure they were suitably dressed for working out in the hot sun. This included wearing a hat, to protect them and to keep them cool, a bandana worn around their neck and used to cover their eyes and their mouth from the desert dust that blew, and some cowboy boots. The cowboy boots had heels and were pointy toes, so they could ride their horses safely, and they were comfortable to walk in. Thanks for coming, Little Historians. See you again soon. Bye!
Wow, I know so much more about cowboys. Now, Little Historians, do you know what this is? It's called a teepee and was home to some people called Native Americans.
Native Americans?
Yes, Katie. The Native Americans lived in the Wild West too, along with cowboys in groups called tribes.
And what were the names of these tribes?
Well, some were called the Comanche, the Arapaho, the Cheyenne and the Lakota tribes.
Wow, there must have been a lot of them.
There were, each with their own culture and tradition. This was because family was really very important to them.
So, they lived in these?
Yes.
They look like tents to me, Adam.
Yes, they do, Katie. They would travel a lot, you see, so this made them easier to carry.
Ah, that makes sense.
And do you know what they would eat?
Did they eat beans like the cowboys?
No, silly. They would eat berries and fruit because they valued the land they lived on.
I love eating fruit. And you know, Teddy told me earlier that they wore pretty crowns on their heads.
Yes, they were called headdresses.
This has given me an arty idea. Come on, Teddy, you can help me. There you go. Hearing about the Native American headdresses have given me the arty idea of making some of my own. Some like these in all different shapes and colours. But first, Little Historians, you're going to need some equipment, like some sticky tape, some glue, some coloured card, some pretty feathers, felt tip pens, and of course scissors. But remember, Little Historians, scissors are sharp, so get a grown-up to help you. First thing we need is a sheet of coloured card. What colour do you think we should go for, Teddy? How about this nice pink here? I think it's a good choice. First thing we're going to have to do is fold the paper in half, and then in half again. And then next thing is we're going to cut along each of these fold lines so you have 4 strips. But remember, get an adult to help you. We don't want you hurting yourselves with the sharp scissors. So right, once you've cut along each of the fold lines, you'll have something that looks a bit like this. 1, 2, 3, and 4 equal strips. We only need 2 at the moment, so you can put those 2 to one side. The first thing we need to do is glue them together in the middle. And before we go any further, we've got to make sure it'll fit our heads. So measure it, and if it's okay, carry on. If not, you might need an extra strip. So, the next thing is to decorate our strips. What do you think we should do for this one, Teddy? What's that? You think a spotty pattern? I think so too, it's a good idea. I'm going to put some nice blue spots on mine. You can do whichever pattern you like, using felt tips, paints, anything really. So we're just going to do a few spots. Then once you've decorated your entire strip, you'll have something that looks a bit like this. The next step is we're going to glue the 2 sides together to make a circular headband shape. Now it's time for some feathers. What colour feathers do you think, Teddy? How about yellow? No? Don't like yellow? What about blue? No? How about a red one? Red and green? I think that'll look good too. So what we need to do is glue the inside of the headband so we don't see any of the join marks. I'm going to stick the feathers down in whichever pattern you like. I'm going to do red, green, red. The next thing to do is to just secure the feathers in place with a bit of sticky tape. Just put 2 bits on just to make sure. And there you have it, your very own Native American headdress. What do you think, Teddy? Do you like it? Me too.
And you can make any design you like. Why not try making your own chief headdress like this if you're feeling really creative? So what do you think, Katie? Do I look the part?
I think you look great, Adam, just like a real Native American. Hey, I know, let's play Cowboys and Native Americans. I'll be a cowboy, and you and Teddy can be Native Americans.
Oh, thank you, Sheriff Katie.
Go. Howdy there, Chief. Howdy, Teddy.
Hello, Sheriff Katie. Teddy and I would like to say thank you for making us such lovely headdresses.
Well, no problem, Chief. I sure do like making things for you.
There's so many. And what's that, Teddy? Ah, Teddy loves his headdress, and it's his favourite colour, blue.
And what other colours can you see? There's some yellow, there's a bit of purple here, some orange, we've even got some white, and we've got lots of green.
Let's see what other art ideas you could make at home this week.
Wow, that looks like great fun, doesn't it, Teddy? And if you want even more creative ideas, you can go to our website, tvtalk.co.uk/Little Histories.
You know what, Sheriff Katie? I think I should put my cowboy picture on our art board.
I think that's a great idea, Adam. And just look at all these pretty pictures that everyone at home has sent in. Which one is your favourite, Teddy? Is it that one? I like that one too. And look, there's even a picture of you, Teddy.
Wow, that looks just like you, Teddy. Great work.
Yes, and look, there's even one of me in purple. It's my favourite colour. Thank you everyone at home for all these lovely pictures.
All that creativity has worn me out.
Me too. How about you, Teddy? Ooh. Guess it's time for your bedtime story then.
I think I'm going to take Teddy to the teepee to rest. Come on, Teddy. Let's see what story is in my bag today. Aha! The cowboy that lost his hat. Some said Roy was the best cowboy in the Wild West. When it came to working the ranch and doing chores, he was the best. But one day Roy woke up and for some reason he could not rest. Oh no, he did exclaim. I cannot find my hat. He wondered who on earth was to blame. So Roy jumped up and ran down the stairs and began his search under the chairs. Where is my hat? Roy searched the whole house and then headed to the stables. What a puzzling disappearance, he thought. This is the kind of thing that only happens in fables. He opened the barn door and began looking through the hay while trying to coax all the restless horses to stay. Roy searched the chack, trunks, the troughs and all the barrels, remembering to not disturb all the cattle. Oh no, it's not here either. Maybe I should just take a breather. So Roy went outside to sit on the fence and whistle for his dog Charlie. The morning's work was about to commence. Charlie, I cannot find my hat. What should I do? Has this kind of thing ever happened to you? But Charlie just looked up at Roy, barked and ran back and forth. Roy knew what this meant. He had received the message that Charlie had sent. Charlie wanted the cowboy to follow him and took off around the pasture, at first leading Roy to believe that this would be a disaster. But Charlie then led Roy past the house, not even pausing to chase a small mouse. Roy followed Charlie to the big fish pond surrounded by the big fern fronds. Charlie barked and looked at the water, telling Roy to look a bit closer. So Roy went over, he then looked at his reflection and what did he see? The hat of the cowboy was on his head the whole time. Yippee! The end.
Wow, that was such a great story, Adam. Did you enjoy it, Teddy? I did. It was nice of Charlie to help Roy find his hat. It's good to help out others.
Just like when you helped me find Teddy earlier. Thanks again, Chef Katie.
No problem, partner. The Wild West is such an interesting place. I think I'd make a great sheriff, stopping all those baddies from being naughty. So, what have we learnt today?
Well, the Wild West is a full place of lots of people like cowboys and Native Americans.
And the cowboys originally came from the country of Spain.
The cowboys lived mostly on beans, eggs and some meat as well.
And the Native Americans travelled a lot, and some even lived in these teepees.
Yee-haw!
Wow, we've learnt so much today, but now it's time for all of us to go. Join us next week when we'll be learning about the Arctic.
Bye, little historians!